Detroit.
is I used to perform at Coco's House of Comedy.
Okay. Yeah, man.
And they used to have a little, Tuesday night talent thing. Now, mind you, I was sneaking in these venues. I was like 14. And Coco came up to me and she said the same thing that you said. Not the brat per se, but she was just like,
I understand what you're saying.
out of all of these grown-ups, you are the only person who I could understand on that microphone. Girl, you bad. Yeah. And ever since then, Coco and I have been really close.
Cool. Because I'm a word person. I'm a word person. I know a lot of people, they gravitate towards the beat first or whatever, but I like to hear the words. I want the message. I like the beat too, but I want that message because that's what's going to really, capture me. So I'm glad that I can understand what you're saying. Like, I love when people is just really good wordsmiths.
Thank you. Yeah. I better know how to use words as much as I play these damn words. I'll be like, shit.
So how was it when you booked your first show? Were you nervous?
What? I just went up to, I just did a lot of research, and I would ask the older people in the neighborhood, a lot of guys. I was always the only girl in the crew, and I would ask the guys like, "Where y'all going to rap at? I want to go." "Oh, little girl, you too young." You know what I'm saying? And then I found out about C Notes, and actually C Note Lounge, outside of a school talent show, was the first stage that I ever touched. With a room full of rappers and singers and shit. So then that's right there on Van Dyke and 7 Mile.
Okay.
And when I went in there and I signed up, I was kind of pissed because I was the newcomer, but I was like one of the first people there. So I think I signed the list. I was like maybe number 5 on the list, but because nobody knew who I was, I rapped last. So it was like, and I still remember this shit. So it was like maybe about 15 people still there.
Wow.
But I rocked that motherfucker.
Hey,
and they were like, "Man, you gotta come back next week." And then when I went back the next week, I went on earlier in the night and I kept going, and then I would, this one rapper told me about Napoleon's Retreat. And then I went to Napoleon's Retreat, and then I met Royce. And I found out about the Ebony. No, I met Royce at Ebony Showcase, and then I found out about Napoleon's Retreat.
Listening to some of your story, what you talked to, it really reminds me of the movie that 50 Cent was in. What was the name?
Get Rich or Die Trying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone told you that before too?
No.
It seemed like there's some similarity there.
Yeah. I've been told that I can write a script or a book about my life because it's just been, it's a lot of things that I went through at a young age. It's a lot of things that I went through at my adult age, and in my younger years, like a lot of the things that happened in my life, it just I built a wall up. You know what I mean? For a long time. So I am really happy at the person that I have become today because I was an angry person. Why was
you so mad?
I was angry. In this industry, when you get overlooked and just, mistreated and dogged out, not even for the lack of talent, but for being too good.
Who dogged you out? Who mistreated you?
We ain't gonna throw no names out there, but it was just a lot of people who tried to sabotage a lot of situations for me. It was a lot of people who tried to shut me out and cast me out from certain situations and opportunities. But just overcoming that, and I had a bad attitude. Just growing up. From the east side, I went through a lot of shit. Like as a youngster, and I had to grow up kind of fast, so I really have to give a lot of credit to, some of my family members and friends for never giving up on me and always believing in me and just knowing that I was always still that sweet person inside.
Somewhere.
But it was just, I mean, I'm gonna touch on a situation. I think that the beginning of when I started building a wall up is at 15, I was raped by one of my friend's nephews. And so it was just a lot, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot to hold. I held that from my family for about 8 years. I never told anybody. And, you know, then I got like physically attacked by a dude that I was in a rap crew with. All because he was jealous because I went to this music seminar with a friend of mine.
Was he somebody that you was trying to date you or something?
Nah, we just used to record in the same studio. We were a part of the same recording camp. It was like, you know, this one dude who did a lot of beats for people in the neighborhood. And actually, I met them through my homeboy, Kamal, who was the first dude that first producer, songwriter to ever take me into the studio. Okay. And he took me under his wings and, you know, he was just, you know, a lot of them, they were like, man, is you writing her music? He's like, nah, you know. Mm-hmm. And
they was that good.
You know
was what's her name?
Shit, no. I wish I had her money right now, but
right, okay.
But you know, that situation, like I went out to this music seminar and I came back with no exaggeration with like a fucking stack of cards from record execs like this. I mean, Kadar Massenberg, hung out with Chico DeBarge, you know what I mean? Like Montel Jordan, all these people. I was just out in the lobby freestyling and I was meeting all these people and like, call me, you know, Polo the Don. And when I came back, I'm telling them like, yo man, they want me to send them my demo. They had all my music. Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll get it to you. Like a couple weeks go by. I get a phone call. I'm on the phone like a couple times with Polo the Don. Like, he's like, man, you got to send me some music. You know, and I'm like telling them I need this music. And they literally really set me up. And the guy, I guess his anger was so built up. The setup was for them to take me to Rouge Park and jump me and leave me there.
Really?
But instead, we went into the store on Whittier, and I forget the side street, but yeah, he jumped on me there instead.
So okay, Rouge Park is west.
West side, and I lived
Whittier is east.
I lived on the east side.
So that's a good route.
I lived on Nottingham at that time. No, actually, I lived on Wilford. I lived on Wilford and Chalmers at the time. Uh-huh. And so, you know, yeah, that was a ways. They wanted me, we having a picnic at Rouge Park. And I'm like, which is weird, Matirio, because I'm like, I'm the only girl. But I'm always the only girl. But that was the only time that I felt weird in my stomach. Yeah. Going with them. I'm like, I don't know. I'm the only girl going, oh man, quit acting like a little bitch. Yeah, Rita and them gonna be there, such and such gonna be there, and then, like I said, during that time, there wasn't no cell phones. I can't call nobody. Right. Be like, hey, where y'all at? We get to the store, he on some bullshit, whatever. So he jumped me. He punched me in the face, and I fell and broke my wrist. Damn. Right. So, you know, I spoke about this in this one documentary I was in, and that was like the only other time I ever talked about it. But, you know, situations like that kind of made me not trust people. Yeah. So I had this chip on my shoulder, and I was like, fuck everybody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, and then taking proof would tell me certain things like, you know, you a female, don't never get nobody room to doubt you. Mm-hmm. Always coming, you know, like, give them your best. But instead of me taking that, you know what I'm saying, that information as a positive, I was on some other shit, like, you know, like, yeah, I'm never get, you know, I'm shitting on everybody. Like, I was just a mad rapper. But then when people really got to know me, like, well, you not as angry as you, why you always mad? And why, you know, and I was like trying to fight security guards at club. I was wild. Wow. I'm so different. I'm like, a lover and shit. I don't want to hug people. I'm just like, you know, but
Wow, we got deep.
yeah, man. I just, you know, it was a moment in my life during this time frame, and it's been a lot of things that just made me like, I can write a book about it, and not even just on some music stuff, but the stories that I have just strictly for the aspect of the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That are really deep, and I think it would be a good read or something to see on TV. But you know, I haven't let the hardships and the doubters and the negativity jade me. I still, you know,
stay on your journey.
Yeah, I'm still on my, you know what I mean? And just having labels like, well, change your image and change this and this and that. I'm like, why the fuck do I have to, you know what I'm saying? I like had 3 record deals that could have came about. I probably could have signed. I don't mean I ever want to put my shit out, but
yeah,
you know, who wants to take a chance on signing a deal?
Business is shady.
Okay.
They shady.
Okay. I mean, but it is stuff still here.
No, this is good. This is stuff. This is who you are. This is your journey. Yeah. You know. So
this is, you getting the inside scoop. A lot of people, whoever ain't see that one documentary, they ain't never heard that story.
What is this documentary?
The documentary is called "Say My Name," and it was a documentary from. Again, some folks from the UK, from overseas, came and wanted to do a documentary on.
It sounds like the UK want to fuck with you.
Yes, they did a documentary on women and hip hop, and I was in it. Invincible was in it. Jean Grey, Erykah Badu.
Wow.
Shit, Estelle before Estelle got popping. You know.
Yeah.
It was a lot of people. MC Lyte. That documentary. Has some heavy hitters in it. It's just sad that they didn't really get the push that it.
Is it? Where can you find it at?
You have to go online and find it, and they like issue it out to like certain schools that have music. But I might be able to get you a copy.
Cool. I would love to see that.
Yeah, it's a dope documentary.
I'd love to see that. Yeah.
My homegirl Kalima got a copy. I can get one from her.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you used to be angry. So who is Miz Korona today?
Miz Korona is.
She's smiling.
Yeah, Miz Korona is. I'm a happy person. You know, I mean, I've always, even underneath all the anger and just that was just a wall of fear. And
it almost
like being afraid of being hurt again.
What your name is, Korona? That light?
Yeah.
That's what you are.
That's what I am now?
That's who you are now.
Oh.
So your name manifested into yourself.
That's dope. Damn, I never thought about that.
That's what happened.
You know what happened? I'm gonna tell you what happened. What happened was on some real shit, like 90 at one point my life was just so consumed with being Korona. It was like I knew the separation of Korona and Paula, but I never separated Korona and Paula except for when I was at home. And I was only at home like maybe 10% of the time. Okay. So it was like, if you weren't really, really close to me, you never got a chance to see who Paula was. So you never got a chance to see that happy, loving person. You only got the artist.
I know you got that flip side, because let me tell you, when knowing you, when I first met you, you always is kind and sweet. I never even heard you mutter a cuss word, unless I heard your rap, because I heard you because you was doing the fashion show that we did or whatever. But like after talking to you, and when you just speak regular and you cuss, it threw me for a little, because I'm like thinking like, she cuss? Like for real?
Hey,
because it's like you got the other side of you.
I was like, oh, I cuss.
Oh yeah,
I cuss. Motherfucker is my favorite word. But
it's because when we speak, normally when we speak, you don't know really.
Yeah.
You're that sweet, you inviting and stuff like that. But then when you get into telling the story and something, and you get passionate about it, them words just come out.
They fly.
Yeah.
They
and then, because I wasn't used to it, so it did throw me for a little. I'm like, I'm around people cuss all the time, but I didn't, get it from you like that all the time.
But I mean, really honestly, like just in the past in all honesty, say the past 2.5 years, I really have become a lover of myself. And so that's why I think that people can see, you know, like the love that I have within just exuding on the outside. And that's just because it's not that I never loved myself, but I just really only showed that one side of me. And it led me to neglect who Paula really was at times. Yeah. Which, you know, I think it kind of, you know, made a few relationships a little shaky too, because sometimes people didn't know how to differentiate the two. And it was like, at this moment I want to be Paula, but they did not know Paula. They only knew Korona, so it was like, how the fuck am I supposed to treat you like this when I'm used to you? You know what I mean? So it was kind of weird. But with these new transitions going on in my life, it's just really brought me closer to myself. And I am so thankful of everything that just, you know, that's been going on. I'm coming into myself fully. So yeah. Cool.
So let's talk about 8 Mile.
Oh shit.
You can't have an interview with Korona without talking about 8 Mile. What was the experience with audition?
Man, that audition experience was crazy. Because I actually got approached by the casting director.
So you didn't even set out for it. It came to you.
No, it came to me.
That's dope.
Eric Jackson. Shout out to Eric. He I'm still cool with him too. He actually came to one of my shows a couple months ago. He approached me. I was at the Lush Lounge in Hamtramck that used to be a really popular hip hop spot. And so when he approached me about an audition, he gave me a card, and I'm looking at this motherfucker like, come on, dog, like a movie for real, like. And I think like his card was like Buffalo Soldier casting, and I'm looking at this man, and he had the head wrap on and shit, you know what I'm saying, smelling like African oils. And like, I'm looking at him like, I mean, he
was a Rasta.
He is, and he's a cool dude, but in my mind. And this is the sad ideology, because in my mind, I only picture casting directors as being older white people. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. Because when you see movies and behind the scenes, that's all you used to see. Now, when you see videos, you would see the black cats. You know what I'm saying? The F. Gary Grays and and this guy's telling me this is going to be a really huge movie and you will be perfect for this role. And all I could think about was when I was at one music seminar and I got approached by an industry cat about coming to be in the video, or they filming a documentary and it was a fucking porn that they were shooting in the So it's a sex tape. It's a sex tape somewhere.
You got a sex tape?
No. Not me. No, but it's a sex tape somewhere in the world with some rappers that was in Reno, Nevada at a music seminar, but I didn't go with it. But I heard about it. I'm sipping my tea. It's water, but I'm sipping. Anywho.
Get your pinky.
So no, in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck? What is this guy up to? But long story short, I missed the first 2 auditions. And then my homeboy, I got a lot of homeboys.
How you missed the first 2 auditions?
I had a show. I had a show in Chicago.
You didn't take the audition seriously?
I didn't know what was up.
It was kind of.
I already had a show that was booked prior to him, and I'm like, I'm getting paid for this show. I know it's at.
You know, this is a sure
I know it's
thing.
at Illinois State University. Like, I know that this is some.
Where did they have the auditions for 8 Mile at?
See, that's the thing. He was just like, call back at this audition, right? So then, anywho, I missed the first 2 auditions. Third would come around. I'm watching the night before. I'm watching the news, and I see the news, and it's like, which huge rap star is filming a movie in Detroit? If you want to be a part of this, like, tune in at News at 11. So I'm tuning in and shit. They're like, yeah, Eminem is gonna be filming a movie in Detroit, and they're casting for extras. So go to the Bullfrog and I mean not the Bullfrog, the Wired Frog. That was on the east side, and that was one of the spots I used to hit up all the time. And I'm like, shit, I want to be an extra in M's movie. And in the back of my mind, I'm not thinking about anything this guy said about this movie, this casting, because I had saw a lot of older white people.
Put the two together.
I saw a whole lot of older white people frequenting the club for about a month. They were scouting the scenes and shit. So I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go to this shit. And my boy called me. My boy Cobb, may he rest in peace too, because this is one of my mentors. And he hit me up early that morning, or no, that night, and he was like, you need to be at the Omni Hotel off Jefferson tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I'm like, for what? Cause man, you need to go audition for this movie that M doing. I say, no, the movie that M doing, they auditioning at the Wired Frog. He like, trust me, man, my man's been looking for you. He called, they been asking around for me.
Was it a private audition?
They picked out a certain group of people that they wanted to have speaking roles.
Oh, so you was a have and not a have-not. So the have-nots was at the Wired Frog.
The extras were at the Wired Frog. It was like people who they had in mind, who the directors and casting directors who were like I said, they were like scouting the scenes. They had already peeped out like me and Mar One and King Gordy, and you know what I'm saying. Obi Trice was already signed with M at that time, and you know Najiri Earth and this, you know, Diffusion, who's another dope female MC, and they had, so they all wanted up, like all the females were going up for that role that I had.
There's a lot of female rappers there?
Yeah, well, I heard it was like 100 female rappers. So
when you hear that number, you don't even think it's that many female rappers.
See, it was 100 females that auditioned for that part. Not all of them were real rappers.
Oh, okay.
But it was like the ones I named.
But you wrote your own rap.
I did.
Yeah.
I was.
Of course.
Listen though. I was trying to give Exhibit the business, okay? I was like, this finna be my shine, like, I'm finna kill this motherfucker. I had so many verses that was so dope, and they kept turning them down, like.
Oh, word.
I'm like, what the fuck do they want? What are they looking for? They was like, you too, that's too good, like, you can't.
What?
Like,
they turning down what's too good?
Because I was really trying to battle, you know, I was a product of the battle scene. At that time. So I was really like trying to go at them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. I was like on some battle rap mentality, and they're like, no. They wanted me to, you know what I'm saying? So they wanted to be corny.
What is your love for hip hop? Why you have the love for hip hop? Why do you love rap so much?
Because I can't sing. That's it.
That's it?
If I knew how to sing, I would be a fucking crooner. I would be a singer.
Okay.
I would be out here like Total.
What old school rapper resonates with you the
MC
most?
Lyte.
MC Lyte? Okay.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I was just always compared to her growing up.
Okay.
And she was always like the fucking creme de la creme to me. That voice, and we kind of shared the same, you know, I mean, tomboyish nature, you know what I mean? But still got the femininity too at the same time.
Have you ever met her?
I have.
Really?
I asked her to come to one of my shows.
Yeah.
And she did.
Cool.
And everybody thought that I was her protege.
Cool.
Like Redman and all, and it was like, you are an artist, right? I'm like, no.
You supposed to say yes.
I was like, I just met her tonight and asked her to come to the show.
Yes.
But yeah,
claim that shit.
I asked her, I was like, you know, I asked her if she could take a moment to come to my show to critique me. And once she came to the show, we were at the BET Soundstage in Orlando, Florida. And she came to the show and she was just like, and I saw her up, and she was like standing up in the fucking balcony area, and I saw her during my performance. And it took everything out of me to stay focused on not losing my words because of the excitement that she actually came. Like, this is, you know what I'm saying? Right. This is my Jay-Z, dog. Like, she came to my show. I asked her to come, and she actually came. And that's so dope. After the show, yeah, that's dope. That's huge. I would never forget that, ever. And after the show, I made it up there really fast. And I asked her, I said, so you got a chance to check out the show? I was trying to be cool.
Right.
She was like, yeah, you know. I said, so, do you have any critiques for me? And she said, in all honesty, there's nothing I can tell you. You already got it. And I was like, huh? She was like, you got it. She was like, your delivery, your stage presence, everything. She was like, don't quit. Don't stop.
I bet your ass was past the ceiling.
Man, I was so geeked. And then the thing that excited me the most was, I think that everybody really thought that they thought I was her protege. And it was just like, finally, after all, you know, I never intended on mimicking myself after her. I don't think that I don't think that I copied her style or anything. I just think that the